Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about an offensive exercise called the Legacy Roll. Let's get started. Alright, Legacy Roll. Objective: maneuver in 3 axes while moving toward target or a point and maintaining an option for a firing solution. Kind of combining the best of both worlds. It's both defensive, allows you to avoid fire by maneuvering in 3 axes at once, and it's offensive by stabilizing your nose somewhat so that you can actually make shots on target. So before we get into that, we'll kind of go over the barrel yaw, which is very similar. And here's a video of a barrel yaw being performed. It's a little, these videos are a little choppy because I was having screen capture issues, but yeah, so like there. But this is a nice slow one. You can see I'm rotating around a point that's directly above my nose. Nice slow roll and nice wide arc. Alright, so this is the other way to do it. This is the way you're going to have to do it if you have a binary string, binary roll, and like a keyboard mouse combination. So here's what it looks like. It's going to be super fast and super tight. So same thing, you got a point above your nose and you're rotating around it. See how the TVI is moving across the background like we talked about in the defensive maneuvers course, and that's how you avoid fire. So tight enough that you can get to your target and you're maintaining most of your forward speed, but wide enough that the shots that are being fired at you just barely miss you. Alright, so we've got some cool animations here. Alright, so here we go. Target, us. This is a barrel yaw, barrel yaw. So there's kind of the curve it travels. Yeah, obviously it wouldn't actually be this slow, but you can see it's kind of looks like a spiral. And your nose, you're keeping the point that you're rotating around above you. So that's what it looks like. And then got a top-down view here. So here we superimpose the TVI to kind of show you how that moves around your target. Obviously, you know, this is kind of just superimposing something from the HUD on here, but it's going to move with your nose because your nose is what's dragging the TVI when you're doing a barrel yaw like this. So you can see there's the path that we're going to go, and you can see as I'm doing my spiral, the TVI is moving against the background, and that's what makes me evade the fire, just like we explained in the defensive maneuvering course. Alright, so that's all well and good. Very good for avoiding enemy fire while you're trying to get closer to them or trying to get to a gate or a point or an ally or whatever you need to get closer to. Alright, so now we're going to describe the kind of more advanced legacy roll. Alright, so it's a combination of a barrel yaw, which we just showed you, and a skidded attack, which is another maneuver, another offensive maneuver that we have an exercise video for. So the skid is in the vertical direction so that rolling as in a barrel yaw creates lateral G's, not vertical. That seems to be counterintuitive, but if you think about it, if you have your TVI up at the top of your screen and you roll, what you're doing is actually you're laterally strafing your ship to affect that TVI change. So obviously that allows you to pull more G's because you're putting it in the horizontal direction rather than the vertical. And the vertical, both in real life and in the game, you can take less G's that way before blacking out or goat feigning, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so you can do it with varying amounts of strafe and boost depending on ship type. So not really limited to any type of ship. I tried it out in a bunch of different ships. It works, you just have to kind of do it differently. Obviously heavier ships you need to boost, and tighter legacy rolls will give you easier fire solution. Just like with the barrel yaw, you do the tighter one. It's nice, it's tight, it's very fast, and your nose is going to be more centered. Whereas the large looping ones, you might evade fire a little bit better, especially if you're far out from your target, and it might give you more higher lateral G's, but for some people who don't have analog strafe, it might be your only option to do the wider ones, and I'll show you a video of that. Those without analog strafe axes can still do a wide legacy roll. And then I put works better with ballistics. So your first 5 or 10 seconds or so, your shots are going to be normal. After a while, because you're both maneuvering heavily and shooting your weapons, if you've got energy weapons, you might run into some power issues. So you'll kind of see that in some of the videos I do. So yeah, here we go. All right, so here's what it looks like animated. So you can see my TVI is still moving. In fact, the entire legacy roll, if your ship follows the exact same path as a barrel yaw, exact same path. The only thing that's different is where your nose is pointed. So you can see it's a subtle difference here. Is like now instead of your TVI is over here, but look at that, your nose isn't pointed at your TVI because your nose isn't what's dragging the TVI. Your lateral strafe is dragging the TVI. Where your nose is pointed is at your target, which means you can fire. So here, still pointed at the target, still pointed at the target. Yep, still pointed at the target. I did my best with these animations. So I know it looks a lot like the barrel yaw in the animation, but let me kind of go back and compare here. So here we go. You can see like with the barrel yaw, see how he's not pointed at the target, he's pointed at his TVI because the nose is what's pulling the TVI, because you're not strafing at all when you do this. You're just kind of doing your rolling, yawing thing. So not able to get any shots on target doing that. All right. Whereas this one, still pointed, still pointed, still pointed. So still able to get shots on target. All right. So here's a video of it. So I got my target area in front of me here, and this is with analog strafe. I just put in a little bit of strafe and I'm rotating. So my ship is still following the barrel yaw path. It's the exact same spiral. You can tell because the TVI is following that path. The TVI is where you're going. It's important to remember. But this time you're skidding your nose, and skidding means that you're offsetting your nose inside of a turn. Like we explained in the skidded attacks demo. So what's happening here is now instead of like a barrel yaw where the point that you're rotating about is offset from your nose and usually above because you want to do yawing, you want to do a yaw so that you get the lateral G's, so you put the point that you're rotating above. Now the point that you're rotating is centered on your nose and everything is rotating around it, but your ship isn't following the nose, your ship is following the TVI, which you're affecting with strafe. So I've got just a little bit of upward strafe here, maybe like, I don't know, a 1/4 of an inch up on my left-handed joystick. And like I said, you need analog strafe to do this. You can use a G13 that's got a little hat on it that's analog. You can use that if you're a keyboard and mouse user and you want to get a G13. You can use a left-handed joystick. Some throttles have sliders on it, and this would work perfect for a slider because you don't even have to like think about the strafe. All you do is slide, you know, just a few clicks up on your strafe slider or whatever on your HOTAS. So like the X55, this maneuver would work perfectly for that. And then yeah, so dual joystick works for that too. And I guess if you had a delta throttle or whatever, then it would work with that obviously as well, because there's pretty much nothing you can't do with the delta throttle. All right, so here you go. I'm gonna start firing here. So, if you're pointing at a ship, you're going to have your lag pips spinning a little bit, but what you can basically do is just ignore the lag pips and just kind of keep your nose centered, and it'll all kind of even out, because the lag pips aren't really built to understand what the hell you're doing here. This is kind of a crazy maneuver, so I tried this with other ships and it works pretty well. It's not, you know, the steadiest aiming. It's not as good as just booming in on someone who's not even paying attention to you, but it's better than not aiming at all, and you're able to get shots off for sure. So yeah, we tested this a bunch of times and it works pretty well. Meanwhile though, if the ship is pointed at you, his lag pips are going crazy and there's no way he can hit because his lag pips are trying to track this. So my nose is just trying to track him. His lag pips are trying to track your TVI here. So it's going to be kind of a disaster for him if he tries to hit you. I would provide some video right now, but the servers are down because 1.1 alpha just came out. So that's kind of why I sort of skipped to this video right now, is because I knew I could do it without needing to get multiplayer so that I could you know, get people on to help me demonstrate this stuff.
Alert. Systems overheating.
So you can see I'm like starting to run out of energy here, and I'm overheating and all that, and that's because I'm doing all this maneuvering while I'm firing. So that's important to note. That's why I said the ballistics work really well with this. But you can see I got quite a bit of gun run in there before I ran out of energy. So
Warning. Collision. 4.
all right, so here I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna do it faster this time.
Alert. Systems overheating. Alert. Systems overheating.
Able to keep my nose pretty centered there, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so now I'm going to show you what it looks like if you don't have analog strafe, or if you just want to do a wider loop for some reason. So here, you're going to do 3 things. You got to have your throttle on 100% because that gets mixed in with your strafe. You're going to use forward strafe, and you're going to use upward strafe. So here's what that looks like. Note where the TVI goes. It's going to go wider, all the way up to the top. Oh, yeah, sorry about the video jumping like that. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so TVI is up to the top, and I'm having to spend boost here to keep it there. So that's the downside of having that wide of a circle there, is I'm having to spend boost to basically keep that pinned up there. Now if you don't spend boost, it's going to go a little bit crazy. Is it really a big deal? No, not really, as you'll see in a second, because I let off the boost here in just a second. So TVI.
Alert. Systems overheating. Warning.
Oh, maybe it's the next one. Wait. Oh. Here we go. Okay, yeah, I think this is it. Alright, so I'm going to let off the boost here, and you're going to see this thing lag behind.
Alert.
Yep, so I'm starting to let off the boost, you'll see a lag behind. So your spiral isn't perfect. It's not really a big deal.
Alert.
And then I hit the boost again to kind of pin it back to where I want it to go. So it's a stability game. Like, you can't aim as with as much stability if you're not doing like a maneuver that's kind of a little bit stable. So that's why you want to keep like a nice tight spiral. But at the same time, if you've got a sloppy spiral, at the very least you'll be avoiding fire, and that's always good. Alright, so I kind of wanted to show here what it might look like in combat, because it's never really going to be as awesome as as perfect as it looked in the previous videos with the TVI pinned exactly where I want it to be and all that. So I kind of wanted to show like how really all you're doing, you don't have to like do it exactly like I was doing it before. All you got to do is put in a little bit of strafe and roll, and keep your nose pointed where you want to go. And that's it to really do a legacy roll. So I kind of showed how like sloppy / in combat, maybe not as high energy ones will look like. So here I'm just strafing and rolling, and I'm pointed at where I want to go. Now, it's not a perfect spiral, but is my TVI moving against the background? Yes. Is my nose able to stay on target? Yes. So I'm both avoiding fire and delivering it. That's an accomplishment.
Weapons system. Warning. Collision. 4. Warning.
Colliding into
Collision.
rocks is
4.
never an accomplishment though. Yep, so I'm strafing.
Alert. Systems overheating.
I'm nearly blacking out, and I'm avoiding fire, so success. And that's it. So give it a try in... How do I get back to the front? There we go. Give it a try in free flight. Give it a try with a buddy, and see if it works for you. See if you can do it in a way that your buddy can't hit you, but you can hit him. then try it out in multiplayer and see if it's something you can incorporate into your bag of tricks. And as always, if you have any comments, suggestions, it can be anything ranging from my maneuver or our maneuvers, our training, anything like that, to how the video is made, how stuff's depicted, all that kind of stuff. Go ahead and leave it on Reddit or in YouTube or whatever you'd like. And yep, happy flying.